my soul bound. How can I look around? Too much darkness around. How can I look around? Too much falseness around. How can I look around? Too much darkness around. How can I look around? Too much darkness around me. What's up? That's kind of never sleep again. You'll never sleep again. Totally lost again. Hanging around again. Like a tornado my with regret.
Pete, that was Bush Rock, aka that was my music, but this is the Al Bush Rock show. Peep this out. This is part three. I forgot to put that on there. Part three. I may gotta edit. I hope I can. Uh, Today I'm building still on part two, dealing with our black leaders, and the leader we dealing on right now is Farrakhan. Now, in the Nation of Islam. Okay, now peep this. Like I was saying yesterday, is accountabilities. You feel what I'm saying? Somebody got to be held accountable for things that happened to some of our righteous brothers in the past. For example, I'm about to give you a video that Malcolm X exposed to the Nation of Islam at that time. And then the other video, if you listen to the sister, is like she's regurgitating what Malcolm X is saying. So the Nation of Islam as a whole, I mean, got to be up under Elijah Muhammad as well, as a whole has been a criminal enterprise. It's not for the betterment of the Aboriginal people of this land. It's for the betterment of their own organization, their own brotherhood, their own fraternity. That's what they're part of. They're part of a fraternity. And what I'm saying is, I'm going to show and prove by history, man. I'm not making this shit up. This is coming out of the mouth of Malcolm X. I want y'all to listen to this. I'm going to critique it as well. And then we're going to move on to something else about Nation of Islam, and then I'm going to go to Christianity. All right, rock this. Check it out.
With great regret. There's no organization in this country that could do more for the struggling black man than the Black Muslim movement. You
heard what he said. Do more excuse me, for the struggle, for the struggling black man than the Black Muslim movement. Malcolm said he had the capabilities of helping brothers in they struggle with their infrastructure. Peep game.
Wanted to, but it has gotten into the possession of a man who's become senile in his old age and perhaps doesn't realize it. And then he has surrounded himself by his children who are now in power and want nothing but luxury and security.
Is that not going on right now in the Nation of Islam? Farrakhan is surrounded by his son, which is a police who never goes to work. The supreme captain is a cop, a legitimate cop, C-O-P. He's a cop. Okay? Oh, I don't know who he's surveilling or how the police is utilizing that brother, but he's a cop. Okay, he said they want luxury and all this stuff in. Okay? They want power and want nothing more but luxury and security. That's what's going on right now in the Nation of Islam. The sister done said it. Check it out.
Security and comfort, and will do anything to safeguard their own interests. So
they will do anything to safeguard their own interests. Yo, you talk bad about my minister, I'm gonna knock you out. They will murder a motherfucker. Their own kind, because they don't brainwash and say, if you're not part of the Muslim unit, you're not a Muslim. You're an unbeliever. And then they go to the Quran, and you know what the Quran tells about an infidel. They use books they use books just to benefit them. They don't use them holy books to live according to what the holy books say. They take what the fuck they want to take out of it, and then put people up on a self-hypnosis or a trance, and these people submit. Check it out.
I feel responsible for having played a major role in developing a criminal organization.
Now, that's a real man. He said, I take responsibility. He took accountability. He was accountable for his actions. Y'all talking about Farrakhan, oh, real man. Don't let a woman take care of him. A woman got to take care of a real man because that's in her nature, bruh. Because you bring home money, but who takes care of the house? The woman. Who takes care of washing your clothes? The woman. When you hurt, who rubs your back? Who feeds you? The woman. She gonna take care of you regardless, bruh. So what do you mean by, oh, a real man don't let a woman take care of him? You sound ridiculous. A real man does what Malcolm X did. When you make a mistake, you hold yourself accountable for that mistake, man. Come on.
It was not a criminal organization at the outstart. It was an organization that had the power, the spiritual power, to reform the criminal. And this is what you have to understand. As long as that strong spiritual power was in the movement.
What's stronger than spiritual power? Money power. That's what's stronger than spiritual power in this world is financial power. And like Malcolm X said in the beginning, it was on a spiritual lead because they had to get people in. They had to be honest. You know what I'm saying? They had to be honest. We can go in the goddamn garden. The serpent was honest with Eve to get close to her. Honesty is a key within life. When you be honest with anybody, they will get close to you because people draw to honesty because we're honest people. Look at the Native Americans. Look how they wrote about the Native Americans. I said it before in my other video. They said that we was good people. Our way of life was the way that we lived was our religion, brother. The way that we live, we ain't talk about it. We showed and proved. We showed and proved. So the thing I'm telling you is that we got to stop listening to these subliminal messages and all this bullshit and see how people really rock, man. In the time of that hurricane in Houston, where was the Nation of Islam down there? Come on, man. We need, man. Come on, man. Let's go.
It gave the moral strength to the believer that would enable him to rise above all his negative tendencies. I know, because I went into the movement with more negative tendencies for the betterment of the community by any means necessary. And since tonight we had to get into this old nasty negative subject, we didn't want to bring up our program. We're going to have, but as the African nation, we became.
Now look, they even fucked this video up because Malcolm was speaking so much truth. They even edited the video, but we gonna keep rocking.
Proud of it, and being proud of it, we begin to have something. Effect with it.
You mentioned conspiracy between Muslims and the white wing of this country. Could you elaborate on it?
I mentioned the conspiracy between the Muslims and the right wing in this country. I know for a fact that there is a conspiracy between the Muslims and the Lincoln Rockwell Nazi and also the Ku Klux Klan. There is a conspiracy.
Describe this conspiracy.
Well, the Ku Klux Klan made a deal, or were trying to make a deal with Elijah Muhammad in 1960 in the home of Jeremiah X, the minister, at that time, who was president of the minister in Philadelphia. They were trying to make a deal with him to make available to Elijah Muhammad a county, a size tract of land in Georgia or South Carolina, where Elijah Muhammad could then induce Negroes to migrate.
Now in Georgia and South Carolina, listen now.
It appeared that this program of a segregated state or separated state was feasible. And to what extent these negotiations finally developed, I do not know. Because
listen, he wanted South Carolina, Georgia, and I believe Mississippi. All those are native, black, copper-skinned, dark-skinned, aboriginals, original settlements. You can look it up online. Look it up. Yamassi. Yamassi. I think I'm saying that right. Yamasa. Look up that. I spelled it for you. Yamase. That tribe is from South Carolina, Georgia line by Savannah, Georgia. And they got 14 other tribes. One of them is Catawba. One of them is the Uni. One of them is PD. Who else? Man, I got a list about like 21, like a Cherokee, one of them. Who else? They got some more of them. They got a lot of tribes that was in South Carolina and that Georgia borderline right there. A lot of them. Okay, over 12 of them. Elijah Muhammad wanted that land. Why? Because he knew that that was Native American land that the white man took. It was the dark skinned, copper skinned Native American land. This is deep, man. Go ahead.
I was not involved in them beyond the period of December 1960. But I do know that after that, Jeremiah, who was the minister throughout the South, could roam the entire South, and the Klan not bother him in any way, shape, or form, nor would they bother any of the black Muslims from then on, nor would the black Muslims bother the Klan.
Are you inferring then that because of this conspiracy, the attempt was made upon your life?
The attempt could have been made upon my life.
Are you inferring that because of this conspiracy, the attempt was made on your life?
Not necessarily that conspiracy. The attempt was made upon my life because I speak my mind and I know too much. And they know that I was speaking whether they admit it or not.
Now, Malcolm X said that what he's saying is not no conspiracy. What he's saying is truth. A conspiracy has to be found to be truth. Malcolm said it ain't no conspiracy. This is truth. The attempt made on my life is because they know I'm going to tell the truth regardless of whoever. That's why the tip was made on my life. That's what Malcolm X just said out of his mouth. Check it out.
Am I urging my followers to take action against the Muslims? No. No.
When you say you
am I going to try and infiltrate their organization and win over some of their supporters? No, I have never tried to win supporters from Elijah Muhammad. Since I have left the black Muslim.
Now, Malcolm X, the man just asked Malcolm X, would he try to infiltrate and go inside and win over some of Elijah Muhammad's members? Malcolm X said, nah, I never try to win over none of his members. If you look at Khalil Muhammad, when he left Farrakhan, he ain't never tried to win over none of Farrakhan members. They left and they left it alone. But guess what? Khalil Muhammad knew too much. He knew too much infrastructure, too much secrets within the infrastructure. Malcolm X helped build the infrastructure. So he knew every nanny going on in there. Now, he's saying that Elijah Muhammad was sleeping, had impregnated several different women. Now, they have the same accusations against Farrakhan that he has multiple children by multiple women. Check it out.
Movement. I've spoken at these rallies. Those who come. Those who don't. But I've never gone out of my way to win over any of his followers. And he himself is careful because
it just let you know that if you get with an organization that you get down with and when you leave and they try to hurt you after you leave, that's not of God. That's why I say stop being so quick to join shit and just live your life accordingly, man. Our Native American Aboriginal, I'm going to say this again, our Aboriginal ancestors of this Turtle Island, which is North America, we used to take care of our neighbors. They got that shit from us. We used to take care of our neighbors, bro. It is documented. The white man documented it and observing our way of life back then. He stated in his documentations that, hey, they seem like a very truthful and upright people. If a neighbor lacks food and another neighbor just have enough food for themselves, they will still go and make sure the other neighbor's food that the other neighbor will eat. Okay? What are you talking about? That was in our nature. Nobody wasn't going to no church every Sunday to learn that. We was doing that every fucking day. We didn't have no religion to teach us that. That our mothers taught us that. Our mother was our religion. Peep this. Keep it up, man.
we know that you don't have to exercise too much energy to win his followers. As soon as they know truth and compare the two, and by the way, this is the brother, this is Leon Amir, who was Cassius Clay's secretary, whom they beat unmercifully up in Boston. And the court.
Listen, what he just said, Muhammad Cassius Clay, which is Muhammad Ali, personal secretary. He said the Nation of Islam beat this brother unmercifully. Okay, check it out. They beat him. Now check it out.
Freed the men who beat him. They fined him $100, was it? Fined him $100, and he was on the inside of the Black Muslim specialty squad, and I know it. And it was he who heard
Black Muslim specialty squad. Never heard of that. See, Malcolm X know the infrastructure. He revealing everything. They got like a CIA. That's why Farrakhan joined Scientology, because Scientology deals with intel. Scientology is nothing but a spot, like an espionage organization. You know what I'm saying? The reason why Scientology is around, because the CIA used that shit in different countries to rock and roll, baby. You feel what I'm saying? Farrakhan going to learn the intelligence and the private investigation let me say strategies that they use against their members. Scientology. Yes, that's why Farrakhan dealing with them, because they're going to become a black version of Scientology, which the feds can use at any given time. Check it out.
Elijah Muhammad Jr. come to New York when Elijah Muhammad was at the Armory in June of last year. Jr. stood up and told the fruit, many of whom are here now also, that I should have been killed, that my tongue should have been put in an envelope and sent back to Chicago by now. And
they say his tongue should have been cut out and put that's Masonic. That's Masonic. Put in the envelope and mailed to Chicago. They say Elijah Muhammad Jr. already put a hit out on him. And don't forget, Farrakhan said, hey, I'm not guilty of pulling the trigger, but I did spread the flames. So if Elijah Muhammad Jr. is telling people that Malcolm X should be dead, not just dead, but mutilated, okay, that's dealing with masonry, okay, and Farrakhan at the same time saying that he should be, you know what I'm saying, knocked off, okay, peep this here. Peep this. What? That's a hit, man. I mean, anybody else would say that. Come on, man, that's a fucking hit. You ain't that righteous. You know what I'm saying? Man, this is crazy. You're not that fucking righteous to say some shit like that and get a man killed and then come back and say, hey, I wasn't guilty of pulling the fucking trigger. That's a fucking lie, man. Come on.
Because Fat Joseph had not done it, they demoted him. He remained captain, but Clarence up in Boston was put over Joseph. And Joseph's authority was curtailed. And then Clarence, the captain from Boston, and
now Fat Joseph was the one who was close to Malcolm X. So they was trying to get the cat who rolled with Malcolm X to knock him off. Are you your brother's keeper? Man, y'all better peep this, man.
John, the captain from Springfield, came to New York to assassinate me and came to him to get a silencer and couldn't get it. So the police know this. It's not something that's new. They just wait until the job is done and then they step in.
You know that Elijah Muhammad was behind this?
Yes.
And what happened? He said the police know. They just wait for it to be done. They step in. What happened after Malcolm X got shot? The police was right there. So the man prophesied. He prophesied. He knew what was going on. You can't look past this. Check it out.
Now, Elijah Muhammad called all of his officials, national officials, to Chicago in October and ordered them to kill or maim any of his followers who leave him.
You heard what he said? You heard what he said. Let me back this thing up, man.
Done it. They demoted him. He remained captain, but Clarence up in Boston was put over Joseph. And Joseph's authority was curtailed. And then Clarence, the captain from Boston, and John, the captain from Springfield, came to New York to assassinate me and came to him to get a silencer and couldn't get it. So the police know this. It's not something that's new. They just wait until the job is done and then they step in.
You know that Elijah Muhammad was behind this?
Yes. Now, Elijah Muhammad called all of his officials, national officials, to Chicago in October and ordered them to kill or maim any of his followers who leave him to follow me. Well, when you say, how do I know? Many of the brothers who were in at that time are out now. And if this ever come into the court, there are plenty of witnesses who can stand up and testify to it.
Okay. Malcolm X just said, the man said, how do you know this? He said it was brothers part of this, and boom. And he said, if it have to go into court, we got many witnesses. He had to die. Because if he would have went into court and sued the Nation of Islam for his work because he worked and helped build it and they didn't give him nothing. You love the devil because the devil gives you nothing. Remember that. That's in their own lessons, 1 to 36. Okay? If Malcolm would have took him to civil court and sued him for him doing all that labor and you not paying me for shit, okay, he would have had witnesses, character witnesses, because that's all you need in civil court is character witnesses, people that can lie and make him liable. Elijah Muhammad, Nation of Islam, Malcolm X would took all that money from their ass. He had to die. He had to die. But the thing is, what we gotta know and understand is that you're dealing with an organization that the leader said to kill, maim, or wound any follower that try to leave. That's a hit. That's mafia status, baby. You know what I'm saying? That ain't righteous. That ain't one day questions in 1 to 36. Are there any Muslims other than righteous? I beg your pardon, I never heard of one. So listen here. If you ordering people to maim followers and all this here, then you're not a righteous Muslim. Then that means that you're not a Muslim. Then what are you? Listen to what Malcolm say, man.
Pardon?
This was a you have any?
I'd rather not say at this time.
When you say you know too much, what do you mean?
Who's the next one? Give him 2 more minutes. Give them 2 more minutes and we'll end it.
And we'll control it, you said, including the politics.
Yes. Yes. When I said that no one can clean up our home but us, and that we will clean it up, including and no one should control it but us, including the politics. What do I mean? I mean exactly that. That the black people. What, you're thinking of who? Powell? Powell's one of us. No, he's not a member of our organization, but when I say he's one of us, I mean he's one of the family. And no one outside the family can get us to talk about him. If we talk about him, we talk about him within the family. But nobody outside the family can instigate us against power. Yes. By controlling it politically, I mean that the politics of the community of Harlem should be controlled by those of us who live in Harlem.
Now, Malcolm building on politics now. He's leaving the religious organizations and he was going to politics. Malcolm would have been a good politician because he was good with words and he was good with breaking down certain scenarios and bringing up ideologies at the snap of a finger. You feel what I'm saying? That was a threat. Khalil Muhammad was the same way, brother. The same exact way. And the same energy is still existing in the Nation of Islam. Now we going back to the destruction of the Black Islam. We going to my brother Land Shabazz. Land Shabazz. We started this yesterday. I mean, not yesterday, but my other video. And we ended with Land Shabazz. Building with Farrakhan, having babies by receptionist outside of his wife. Now, these are the same allegations Malcolm X made against Elijah Muhammad and died. Khalil Muhammad never made these allegations about Mr. Farrakhan having more wives than whatever. because he kept it 100. Because he wanted to reconnect with his father figure, who disowned him for a Jewish community. Okay? Peep this. Khalil Muhammad got a attempt on his life one time. They shot him, I think, and 5 other brothers in the crowd. Okay? They shot him. They tried to kill him, but the brothers shielded him. The brothers jumped in front of bullets. You heard me? Them brothers 100. You heard me? Real recognized, real. All right? The second time he died, you know what I'm saying? This is my opinion. Allegedly, they got his wife to poison him, man. You heard me? Khalil Muhammad was a strong brother, but he had one weakness: red bone women, man. Red bone women. I mean, come on, brother. You know what I'm saying? Khalil Muhammad was a strong brother, but he had a weakness like every other man in the world: red bone women. I don't understand what woman who will sit and watch her man discombobulate in the bathroom all night long, calling the brother, asking him what to do. Only thing you had to do was call a doctor, have a doctor on deck, have a private doctor on deck. All that money that brother supposed to have been making, somebody should have had a private doctor on deck for that brother. Because you know he can't go in the regular hospital. I mean, like, what's really going on? Whenever we get a brother, whenever we get a Messiah, let's say a evolutionary brother, you know what I'm saying, that's going to bring change and transformation, why we always set them up and let them die, man? Even down to the part of their little, literary story of Jesus, of him. Even it happened to him. So they're telling you that spirit exists within us, that we don't want to, we're afraid of change. Like my boy said, Mr. Calloway, we're afraid of change because we don't know how our future will look if we change from this diabolical system. It's crazy. But listen to this right here. Black leaders must be held accountable, man. Go.
Gave her a couple of babies, huh? He's got children in Mexico, got children all over. In the black and the red, which y'all thought was the uniting of the black and the red. Remember the big mountain? You guys better do your research. These world friendship tours. Brothers and sisters, these guys have been running a hustle game on you. Jabril Muhammad printed up all these books, and the brother in Tampa, he always got an invoice for nearly 40,000 books he owed the brother, haven't paid him a penny. There are opportunities.
You love the devil because the devil gives you nothing. They said this brother got over 40,000 books printed. They didn't give that brother nothing. You love the devil because the devil gives you nothing. People.
And they are users, brothers and sisters. I'm just telling you the facts. You can accept this or you can let it alone. Again, this man has done so much wrong, brothers and sisters. And I have the tapes of him talking about his wife. So don't say that I'm lying on this, brothers and sisters. I don't have a reason to lie. I'm saying this to those of you who want to say, put this man, where in the scriptures do you find that God would teach one for 3.5 years and that one would teach for 40 years to prepare one he's been waiting for 38 years to go on and take you further? Cut the BS out, brother. You've been tricked.
Now, that's a brother who been born and raised in the Nation of Islam, and he can't take it no more. He exploded. Land Shabazz. Check him out on YouTube, man. That brother hardcore. But he knows what he's talking about. And I truly believe every word that's coming out that brother's mouth, because you can look in the brother's eyes. You can see his composure. It's hurting him to even reveal this stuff, man. But he has to reveal it because you have a wolf in the temple. You have a devil in the temple. And the devil gives you nothing. And you loving the devil for nothing. This brother is revealing a true devil in the midst, and nobody's paying attention. Check it out.
You've been bamboozled, you've been hooked, you've been all of that, brother. It's been a game, and the game is up. Again, brothers and sisters, I'm only going into this. They say don't air your dirty laundry. But we will never go forward, or you will never go forward in the Nation of Islam if it's structured on lies, deception. If we're going to follow the restrictive law and it said to speak the truth regardless of circumstances, If we're going to speak the truth, or the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said, defend truth at any cost. If we're going to follow those words, then we have to tell the truth. As long as we can hide and give a somewhat wicked, I would say, interpretation on truth, or deception on truth, we'll never be rooted in truth. I say to those of you who want to fix all of this certain magnetism to Minister Louis Farrakhan, that is wrong, that is wrong, that is wrong. When this man closes his eyes and they start opening up and you start investigating Louis Eugene Walcott, you're going to...
Louis Eugene Walcott. That's Farrakhan's government name. Okay? Y'all better peep what's going on, man. It's a game. That man, like I said before in my other videos, had mad marches. And at every march, they had vendors. They had big collection plate boxes, passing them around, collecting money from the people. And what he does, he gives you nothing. You go to any Nation of Islam meeting or temple and see if they feed you for free. It ain't going to happen, brother. It ain't going to happen. Oh, how we going to build a nation, brother, if we're giving stuff? No. How you build a nation is get you some land and start cultivating your food, brother. Get you a farm and get you the right animals on that farm and start cultivating your food, brother. You don't keep charging your own members to eat, brother. I mean, what type of, man, come on, man. This thing is, yo, I'm 40-something years old. I done been studying almost 20-something years, man. I don't got time for the bullshit, man. Check it out.
Really be surprised, brothers and sisters, when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said one would come along that would make Malcolm's hypocrisy look like child's work, huh? When you start really looking to see who was government agents, when you started really looking at the COINTELPRO and see it from another angle, you thinking it's all Wallace D. Muhammad, that's the one that the government named in 1969. That's the one the government named that we should watch, the Wallace D. Muhammad. But they also say we should be in position to change the direction of the Nation of Islam. Louis Farrakhan has changed the direction of the Nation of Islam, and I don't want to...
He said the feds also said that they just ain't watching, but they need to be in a position to change the direction of the Nation of Islam. This is old, man. What I'm giving y'all, this is like what, like this one here, like 5 years old, going on 6 years old. This video, this been revealed. So look at what that brother was saying 6 years ago, and look at the Nation of Islam right now. Was the brother lying? No. Thank you. Let's go. That's what I love about YouTube.
So cliches where they say he is directing the change. No, sir. You know, the government doesn't fear Louis Farrakhan. He just came to New York to do a press conference to warn them on Libya. He did one a few months ago where he warned them on Libya. He just constantly warned and warned and warned and warned. Brothers and sisters, the government is not paying them any attention. They know that the minister wants to jump into the spotlight. They know he's a lover of these cameras. They know that he loves attention. And they know also he wants to be relevant in history. So he is going to work on that, as he's working on our recording album, as he said. And he want to tell us Tina Marie offered a song called A Message to the Black Man. White Tina Marie. A devil Tina Marie. Brothers and sisters, her music may sound well, but please, we don't need that. But he's not Quincy.
Now, this is 5 years ago. He said Farrakhan want to work on his album. Now go up to now, 2018, with Charlemagne the God and that brother who spoke against the Jews, had anti-Semitic comments. They said in the UN. I forgot that brother's name, but him and Charlemagne the God said that they was with Farrakhan listening to his album. Man, let's go, man.
Jones, he's trying to get a Grammy. The minister never gave up his music. He plays that violin. That's his love. But that's all right. But don't try to play like you're the right hand of God. Don't play that you got two backing you up. No, brothers and sisters, that's all foolishness. And again, you're going to see when he closes his eyes and they start to really investigate how many children this man has had. Huh? When you get to understand a lot of the foolish things this minister has done. As I mentioned earlier, he told you about Sweet Akbar, how he and Brother Khaled wanted to go after a man who they felt would have robbed them of $25,000 when the nation was facing hard times. Well, what do you say about Minister Louis Farrakhan giving $50,000 to Melba Moore because she had some financial problems in her life? The whole nation has financial problems, but he can give $50,000, and this came straight from Melba Moore, speaking in Queens. So, brothers and sisters, again, you have to ask yourself, who are we following? Who are we with? Why are we with it? Do we not have a common sense, or do we just follow anybody who stands up before us because they sound good and they can read from the Holy Quran and they make you sound the words dance off your mouth? I grew up loving Louis Farrakhan, whether you want to believe it or not. I traveled all around this country. Wherever he was going, I had to be there. Brothers and sisters, not only to secure him, to see that nothing went off, to make sure that he was get in and get out, but I also went there because I just loved being in the presence of hearing that language. But again, I thought we were rebuilding the nation. Maybe I'll play some of those clips where he went on his advertisement when he was writing in the local newspapers here in New York. Amsterdam News was his column, The Final Call. Muslims knew me when I was with Minister Farrakhan. I would come to Chicago for Savior's Day. I had a decent job. I used to come to Chicago, with at least $1,000 in my pocket. And there's some of them who are still with Farrakhan today. Know that I used to hand out $50 bills, Happy Savior's Day. Here's some money. These brothers and sisters, I would have a hotel room, and these guys would make it just to Chicago, and just had the car fare to get there, get on the bus, and go back to New York. And I used to feel bad. I would let them stay in my room, take this mattress and sleep on the box spring, have 5 or 6 brothers in my room all through the hotel room. I did this several years. Again, brothers and sisters, this is what I did for the Nation of Islam. I wanted to see the Nation of Islam grow. And I always knew that we had to be separate from the rest of the community to grow right, to take care of it. This integration, as they said, a strong coffee is black. You want to weaken it, put cream in it. Well, you want to weaken the Nation of Islam, put Scientology in it, put the Moonies in it, put these Christians in it, put the integrationists in it, put everything in it, and the Nation of Islam soon doesn't even exist. So you put on uniforms and you think you're righteous and you think you're a holy soldier, but you don't have nowhere to go. It is sad that you put on an FOI when you go to these funerals, you die in your FOI uniform and yet you buried right next to a Christian. Listen, we just dropped in there, but we're righteous. What if the nation, have the nation in all of these 80-something years, you think that somebody would have said that Muslims, let's have a night?
He said 80-something years. You've been around and y'all don't got no farmland. Y'all don't have no farm animals. y'all not got freshwater fish, growing freshwater fish. Man, people don't want to hear this. People just want to live in a fantasy. But I'm telling you, if you've been around for 80-something years and you don't, and the black people still is in the same predicament they was in 80-something years ago, then that shit is fake. It's an illusion. It's not real. Come on, man.
Cemetery for the Nation of Islam. No, brothers and sisters,
this brother revealed they don't have a national cemetery for the Nation of Islam. So brothers will go against infidel for false Christians, and when they die, they get buried by unbeliever. Man, get out of here, man. This is too much, man. I'm gonna go to another one.
Was a Shriner Mason.
Come on.
J. Edgar Hoover was a Shriner Mason because of a man by the name of H.L. Hunt. H.L. Hunt was the king master of most honorable.
Now we got Brother Tahuti breaking down the history because Ben X wanted to do a documentary, wanted to file a document into history, right? Which is a file. He wanted to put it in a file cabinet of history. Now you're telling me you're gonna just build off of what Farrakhan says about the messenger. Okay, but this brother got real true history. And Elijah Muhammad said in his books, I read it, that he was a 33rd Mason. He said it. He was a 32-degree Mason, something like that. He said that. He said it. He was a Mason. So check it out.
He gave him $100,000 every year.
And this just showing you that what I was saying, that the Nation of Islam is nothing but another black version of a black Masonic fraternity. That's all it is. It's not a religious organization. It's a black fraternity. It's a Masonic fraternity. Come on.
He gave the Ku Klux Klan $100,000 every year. As a matter of fact, Minister Malcolm X made a peace and blessing of the mother be upon him. He said in 1961 he went to a meeting at Brother Minister Jeremiah's house. He said,
now that brother saying the same thing I just let you hear. I didn't even know that this brother said it, but he's saying the same thing that you hear. That Malcolm X went to that meeting out of his mouth. Come on.
and he was ashamed of what he participated in. But he was there with the heads of the Ku Klux Klan and some high officials in the government to negotiate a deal for a piece of land to make the program of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad's of separation seem more feasible. I showed Farrakhan in bed with this priest called Flagger, or the Flagger. I showed him in bed with Jesse Jackass. I showed him in bed with Obama. I showed Farrakhan's wife and Obama's wife in the same sorority. They are all connected. You understand what I'm saying, you? And so, nothing goes down in Chicago and don't go down to New York unless the Archbishop says so. And so, the Nation of Islam could not even be in Chicago if it was not for the orders of the Jesuit order of the Catholic Church. And so,
do you hear what this brother's saying, man? This is some real knowledge, man. This is actual, factual truth. And people don't want to receive it. People, oh man, that ain't right. Show and prove a brother wrong. Show and prove a brother wrong. Check it out.
now you starting to see he telling his followers to go and join with the damn racist ass pig like Ron L. Hubbard, who once told his wife to get off our hands and knees, stop cleaning the house, because that's what niggas been doing. Who said that?
Now, L. Ron Hubbard said that, and that's documented in Scientology. If you get the big books, they would show and prove more racial slangs that L. Ron Hubbard made towards black people. Check it out.
Ron L. Hubbard. He told his wife that. And I ain't gonna lie, I got love for Elijah Muhammad. Right. I'm not bashing Elijah. Elijah did what he did for his own particular reason. Maybe he thought he was protecting his followers. I don't know. The same thing in the nation of God's and earth. For the life of me, I don't understand why they say we're not pro-black or anti-white. If the goddamn white man is the devil and the degrees say we're going to take him off the planet, how the hell can you be not anti-white? So maybe that was a way for, if the father said, I don't know, but maybe that was a way for the brothers to protect the members of the nation of the gods and earth. Because wait a minute, they murdered Malcolm, they murdered Martin, right? They murdered Jonathan Jackson. They murdered what's the brother's name? Mark Clark, Fred Hampton, and they allowed Elijah to live. They even murdered Father-in-law got murdered. Not only Father-in-law, they murdered the prophet Noble Jeremiah. So they beat him up in prison, and he's taking over the time.
See, you're letting white women into the.
Now you see all them people died, but they said Elijah Muhammad lived. Man, listen, man, y'all gotta know and understand, man. This is some true stuff, man. This ain't no game here, man. This is real. This is real. This ain't no game at all. So I don't know who playing who or who think they playing what. This is not no game, brother. This is not no game. This is real. This is real. This is real uncut history. Some people can't really just understand it. Some people can't grasp it or nothing. But this is real. Now listen more of this here, man.
Nation of Islam to Scientology. Are you dipping? Are you dabbing now? I don't know. What's going to make you say that? I mean, that's it. Are you dipping? Because I'm straight up. What makes a man who taught 55 years in the Nation of Islam say this kind of statement before the world? God damn it, you asked the word, I don't even know all this. I'm speculating on the words right now, really trying to understand what the hell is being said. But then again, I'm not, goddammit, because the messenger said that he was going to do this. He said that he was going to do this. So, for real, I just because I know it was going to happen in some senses. I did not think that he would go this far. When me and Tahuti was debating, I knew some of the things he was saying was true, but my mind would not let me go that far to believe that a black man will come and sell our people out completely.
Now you hear that? That's brother Ali Muhammad. Now, brother Ali Muhammad just stated when him and Tahuti was debating, he knew that what that brother was saying was true, but he didn't want to. But he didn't want to have his mind go back there and face it. He didn't want to confront that he was dealing with bullshit, bro. Check it out.
I did not come to grips with that. Oh, because in the nation of Islam, the messenger said we don't carry guns. Now, the messenger said no white people too.
That's right.
Huh?
That's what he said.
Huh? The messenger said a whole lot of stuff. So are you going to divorce one side and accept one on the other side? And then I take guns before white people anything. Huh? Huh?
That's
So
right.
you want to have hey, Mr. Messenger, I'm sorry, I'm in the hood. I need a gap. I ain't gonna mess with the white people, you know. I'm gonna leave the white people out the tip, you know. Can you forgive me on that one? Good. Thank you. So now, Minister Farrakhan is singing Kumbaya for political personality worship. To be in line? Is too many guns in America? Goddamn. We enslaved for them, never enough guns. Give us some.
That's right.
Not for ruthless behavior, for civilized self-defense. Bring out the brothers who are police officers so they can teach our brothers and sisters who are in the hood how to stop turning these weapons on themselves and to use them for their righteous cause, which is self-defense. God damn it,
But see, that brother just stated why they don't go in Chicago, teach their brothers to stop using the guns against themselves and use it for the proper cause of self-defense. They've been in there for 80 years. And if the streets of Chicago's like that, who's fooling? Who's putting the guns out there? Who capable to move through the hood without being detected, man? It can't be no white man going out there dropping off a box of fucking guns. Man, y'all better stop that, man. There can't be no white man going out there dropping off boxes of guns, bro. It can't be. That's impossible because they will get pinpointed quick. If you go in any hood and drop off a box of guns and you're white, somebody gonna detect your white ass quick as hell. But if you're black and conservative or you're just part of the crew, you can go undetected. You can drop a box of guns off and run off and nobody won't ever see you or nothing. Or walk off. Nobody won't ever detect you or nothing. It's black people holding black people down, man. Because of separation, bro. Just like how, like I said in my other video, just like how the Dutch took over South Africa and there was the minority and the South Africans was the majority. How did they do that with all those Africans? They played tribe against tribe. They gave certain tribes this. They helped certain tribes to win this. They played tribe against tribes. And that's still going on today in Africa. Now, over here too, we had tribes. They did the same thing. And that blood is still in us and we still doing the same shit that our ancestors doing. You know what I'm saying? Our ancestors was doing. So the whole thing, what I'm saying is this here. We sitting here killing each other to uphold the Roman Empire. That's all this is. The Roman Empire was never destroyed. And no history form books tell me where they got the Roman Empire was destroyed. Utterly destroyed. And you tell me what empire did it and what empire took over and ran on. Please tell me. Man, y'all better stop playing, man. Listen.
The Holy Quran tells you to bring up your arms. You a Muslim? To bear your arms when your brothers are in prayer. To watch them. To protect them. God damn it, they have a lot in the arm and teach the brothers listen. The rule is you kill one of your brothers, we coming to kill you. If you got an arm, you protect the girl, the young women, the old women, and families. That's the rule.
Now that's the
Sounds
rule.
like the truth, though. That's the reality of it.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, see, now this brother was critiquing them on Real Islam, on how you Nation Islam, y'all flipping from side to side. 1 minute you quoting out of the Bible, next minute you quoting out of the Quran, next minute you probably use some scriptures from Buddhism. You're using all things that benefits you out of every religious book. That was the point I was making. Stop following that, man. I'm telling people that. Stop following that. That ain't nothing but a Masonic order that when you get in there, you're going to give more than what they give you. You feel what I'm saying? I'm telling you that right now. It's not worth it. You're going to just watch and flesh worship. Only thing you're going to do is flesh worship. I'm not going to bring my wife around an organization that's worshiping a man, and this man influence will get on my wife, and the next thing I know, she up in the bed with this dude. Hell no. You're not bigger than me, brother. I'm over my own family. I shine light for my wife. My wife don't need to hear you. My wife don't need to look at you like you're God. You're not a God. No man on this earth is a God over next man. All of us is equal, and we got our own certain purpose and potential and abilities to do what we need to do to benefit our existence within this life, man. Check it out.
And everybody needs to just grow up on this. And that's the reality. We got to grow. As a mother, no, we're not. I know we're not talking about, but you can't have loyalty to destruction. And see, that's wrong. You gotta step up. Yeah, that's what I'm speaking. At some point, you gotta step up and say, "Hey, man, I know what you did. You helped us on this point. Now you're killing all that." Once again, that's like Joe Pollard at Penn State. It's over with. Cut the statue down.
Right. You. Yeah,
that's children's lives. It's over with. So the minister, you know, Elijah Muhammad did something that was great, and I know a lot of us on this phone went through that. That was the first time I even heard there was another word for God. That was the first time I ever heard there was another idea, a concept in the world that wasn't Christianity. And so, like, I'm appalled, right, that just because you get ready to die all of a sudden, you want to turn to your mortal enemy for some help. That's crazy.
Now, you heard what this brother said, because you about to die, you want to turn to your moral enemy for some help. Listen to this now. Listen to these brothers. This is the man that's the reason why I know these brothers tell the truth, because they sound hurt. Okay, they sound hurt. You can feel it in their voice. You can hear it in their stomach. You can feel it in their heart. They sound hurt. And people need to recognize that shit, man. You don't need to keep following destruction, like that brother said, loyalty to destruction. This brother don't give a fuck about y'all, man. If he did, Chicago would be changed by now, man. New York will be changed by now. Them brothers been out there for 80 fucking years. Come on, man.
Really?
And yeah.
Man, just tell me right down the river. I don't get that. I'm very confused at this point. That's why I'm so quiet. Because I ain't trying to just say any damn thing, because that's crazy.
Yeah.
Give him a pass. Cannot get that man a pass. I don't care what none of y'all say.
No.
I don't care what.
No.
And the man over the nation they got rid of. And I stood over his grave with about 30 or 40 other brothers, putting dirt over his remains, and he's in the same place where Malcolm is at. And they made sure they got rid of him. They didn't succeed in California, but eventually our brother is gone. And there's some others under the minister now who could do some interesting things, but they're handcuffed too. That personality worship.
They're not handcuffed. Right, there you go. Thank you. They're not handcuffed.
They're not.
Okay, can I say something, and then, you know, we want to hear some other points of view too, because everybody's not in the nation, and we.
Now, you hear that? Now, one brother said he ain't want to say nothing because he ain't want to say nothing crazy, and he said, can I give him a pass? So this man was trying to give Farrakhan a pass. He ain't want to say nothing. These brothers hearing the truth, but look, in the truth, check it out.
Under the general public, because this is who it's affecting at this point. Nation people are very hurt, and we've already been through this several times. Now, those people who are, and I know a lot of them, the minister's family, his officials, I grew up with these people. I know them, but I don't care, because what it is that you, when you talk nation talk. Now, everything's cool because just like we just talked about America, the overall plan of the nation comes first. Dr. Clark said it himself, where you bury the man and you continue the plan. You, FOI, you brothers, that are never supposed to let you are what, see, I like science. You are what to the body, or you're the white blood cell. Like as soon as an invasion and an attack, a hint of anything happens, those white blood cells go to the source of the threat and they annihilate the threat. If they don't annihilate the threat, they die fucking trying. And then they get disposed of by the body until the...
See, Farrakhan supposed to be getting G-checked by the fruit of Islam. I understand what she's saying now. They got the fruit of Islam like the Pentagon. The fruit of Islam is separate from the ministers because they security. So if they peep that Farrakhan been doing this shit, they supposed to have a supreme captain who is over the fucking FOI. It's Farrakhan's son. So I mean, come on. So the whole thing is they supposed to have a supreme captain other than his relations. So when he go psycho, FOI is supposed to come in and stop that, shut him down, remove him from power, and wait for another brother to step up to lead the nation.
Body gets strong enough to move the threat out itself. They have no excuse because, you know, your personal relationships.
Check it out.
I'm sacrificing a lot of personal relationships right now, including my own personal relationship with the minister. But that's what you're supposed to do for the overall good of the people. You going along with that. You going along with that. If you are the protector, if you're the white blood cell of the body, and you're not doing your job, you are useless. We don't need you. You actually bring down our people, and you are going to be with us when the minister is not around anymore. And I'm never, ever, ever going to forget your betrayal to Elijah Muhammad and your people. Never. I'll never forget it. The minister will be gone, and you will be with us.
And he just touched on something that I was intending to touch on as far as the lack of integrity. This isn't about Farrakhan's desire to go in any direction. He has that right as a human being, but has the balls, has the integrity to at least state what it is that you're doing. Stop using the people's love for the messenger as your way to get over. It's like he's holding so many believers hostage with what he's doing. And the heartbreaking thing is that so many of our people are literally in a daze, entranced by personality worship. They can't see it for what it is. And he told them to eat dog doo-doo tomorrow. They'll be looking for a knife and fork. Right. And that's the disappointing thing. The messenger came to raise us up, not to put us to sleep. And when you look at this order, as it's called, it's basically command hypnosis. So that's right. I took the order of the minister telling everyone last August, look, you either get with this or you're no longer welcome here, going about your business, thank you, whatever. That was an act of open treason against the messenger and every black man, woman, and child on this planet. If you could co-sign an open racist, an Islamophobe, a devil, pro-abortionist, criminal, FBI fugitive, and probably flaming homosexual on top of that, and legitimize him like Wallace legitimized Jim Jones back in 75, and you say Malcolm is worthy of death, what the hell are you worthy of? Go ahead.
You hear these brothers now. These brothers giving you factual data. Let's hear it.
Yes, sir, brother. And it's sickening, but I want to applaud both of you brothers, and particularly my good brother Ishmael over there, because I felt so alone for so long, hammering away at people. All the Chicago 7 and the people at the top was getting the money. That's why the businesses are failing. When your wife is overseeing the production, the creation of the MGT uniforms and the daughters, and you charging $300 for the sisters, you got some of them waiting months and months and months. for their orders to be fulfilled. No organization, people just getting money, buying asset market.
You see that? You see that? He's giving you the infrastructure of the Nation of Islam. It's all a front. It's disorganized. But then Farrakhan gonna say, oh, a real man don't let no woman take care of him. Man, come on, man. You playing on dude's intellect, man. A real man don't let a woman take care of him, but you let a man take care of you, though. Because that's all them other dudes doing. They turn that money into you. You in a position of power, you heard me? And you trying to pimp niggas. You a fisherman of men. You pimping men. Come on, man.
Wearing gators, your son having worse than said that in court last year, still owe poor man $350,000 from a lawsuit. This is sickening, bro. And I will never shut my mouth or stop banging on these hypocrites with making an outright mockery of the legacy of the messenger. You can do what you want, but
you hear this. This brother's an insider. He got tired of it. Listen to this. This is real. After this, I'm done with the Nation of Islam. I'm moving to the Christianity. I'm done with Farrakhan. I'm not speaking on this junk no more after this. This is coming straight from the mouth of the organizations. Everybody that leaves out of that organization, who was top people, always got murdered. But people that they forgot about the behind the scene people that sees everything more than the people that was top. Okay? Now, these are the people behind the scenes coming out. What you gonna do about them? You gonna kill them too? Come on, man.
stop attaching that man's great name to this BS. Hey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, brother. And just always keep in mind that regardless if you ever feel lonely, you are never alone. I get you.
Elijah Muhammad, religion died with him. Understand that. Elijah Muhammad, religion died with him. People it will never be like the Elijah Muhammad. It was for him to do what he had to do for that paradigm, for that era, and that was a wrap. We supposed to elevate out of that. We woke up, we're not what the white man said we was. Now, what are we? We're not Asiatic. What are we? Come on, man. Listen.
Emails sent to me all the time. I mean, I can read them, but out of privacy reasons, I don't. But I get emails of members that tell me, thank you, brother. And just one of them would make it worth it to me, because I realize that I'm not just reaching you, brother or dear sister. Right. I'm reaching your entire family from making an error or a mistake. So, you know, I get emails all the time of people just telling me they feel ostracized when they are in the mosque, because they treat them differently if you're not undergoing this particular study. It's something that's really, you know, they make you feel like you wear some kind of a scar if you're not.
They messing with their self-esteem. That's narcissistic. The people in there suffering from narcissism. And Scientology is going to love it. Because Farrakhan is showing weakness. Farrakhan is showing Scientology what he has don't work. Come on.
Undergoing this particular program. And people just call and say, thank you, brother, for being a voice for the voiceless. Because I understand, you know, they're trying to mock you. I've seen the minister put people on blast, you know, they send them a private email or something and he'll read it, you know, to shame them. That's another form of psychological control.
Listen to this, man. Listen to this. I have heard the brother from Nation of Islam say he was around Farrakhan and sitting around the table, and the person tried to G-check Farrakhan, and Farrakhan say, listen, you listen to me. When I'm telling the truth, or if I'm lying, I'm telling the truth. That's some shit Jewish people say, man. Word up. Even when I'm in error, I'm right. That's what he told me. Come on.
You know, Jim Jones used to do that kind of stuff before he made some people drink that Kool-Aid. He did that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what it is. And also this perverse lie about the messenger being physically alive somewhere. And then you can stand in front of a crowd of...
I was that, but that man just said, they said that the Elijah Muhammad is still alive. I was, you know what I'm saying? You can see some pictures on my old Facebook. Lloyd Barr, look up under that. And you see me, got my bow tie, because I was trying to see what was up with him. You know, I'm searching, man. I'm 40-something still searching. But I found what I needed, man, within our Aboriginal culture. So I went up in there and, you know, I was building with the brothers because, you know, I know the lessons and I was seeing, you know, being around brothers on point, you know, we reciting lessons. This brother told me, say, yo, brother, you know, Elijah Muhammad's still alive, right? I look at that brother like he was fucking stupid. But I didn't reveal because I didn't want to start no conflict. That was one of the reasons why I kind of departed from them, because they kept trying to say Elijah Muhammad was alive. Man, I don't got time for that, man. Stop doing that, man. I mean, I don't know why. It's like Scientology. They keep recycling the same knowledge by saying new shit, like they discovered new shit. So now with us, it's Elijah Muhammad's alive. And then, oh no, guess what? Elijah Muhammad just printed a new book, but he just corrected his old books. Get the fuck out of here, man. Go ahead. That's all that is. That's a game. Come on.
People say, well, the messenger told me to tell you. Who the hell do you think you talking to with that spooked out mess? I really feel that the brother is probably either mentally ill. I hate to just think he's just evil, foul, and a straight up pet. You know, that's probably the case. But aside from that, some of the things he's just doing are so bizarre. I literally believe, in all honesty, the brother is out of his mind. Whether it's senility or he's smoking weed again, I don't know what it is, but it's sad, and he should have been sat down. If they really love that brother, they would have sat his ass down a long time ago so he could stop making an idiot, a fool out of the rest of us.
You heard that, bro? You heard that? Did you hear that? Okay? Did you hear that? Check this out more. It's a little bit more.
Enemies among us, and we must find them.
I don't know we gonna have talking about economy. Our whole spirit, our whole fucking image is destroyed. Then what the fuck you gonna start that? Our babies don't even respect their own mama. You understand what I'm saying? We ain't talking much fucking fire straight. It's gonna take cheese. And I'm not talking about no niggas just slinging no motherfucking dope. I'm talking about some cheese. Straight cheese, nigga. To get out in these streets and snatch these young niggas up, man. And show them what it is. That's the only motherfucking way. That's why Tupac is greater than any motherfucker outside of Malcolm and Curry. Shit, cause when after they left, he was the realest nigga to come. And spit it just like it's supposed to be spit. Now with all that sugar-coated shit and all that fake shit these niggas talking about. I don't give a fuck about none of these niggas, man. I'm supposed to get some shit going on for African land, man. But if you look all over Africa, they fighting. So if our people at home is fighting, we should be fighting. Goddamn, they fighting in Somalia, they fighting in Swaziland, they fighting in fucking Zimbabwe, they fighting in fucking Egypt, they fighting all over the fucking continent. And as soon as we talk about revolution, then niggas wanna, they wanna talk about this whole sugar-coated shit. That's why I can't. You look out with no bitch ass nigga.
Brother Khalid made remarks that were not consistent with the proper representation of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, his teachings and guidance, myself, and the Nation of Islam. I found the speech, after listening to it in context, vile in manner, repugnant, malicious, mean-spirited, and spoken in mockery of individuals and people, which is against the spirit of Islam. While I stand by the truths that he spoke, I must condemn in the strongest terms the manner in which those truths were represented. I therefore have dismissed Brother Khalid from his post as minister, representative, and national.
Told the white folks, I took care of it, boss. I took care of it for you, boss. Did I do a good job, boss? I put them out, boss. Is that a good nigga, boss? And he said, well, nigga, we got something else for you to do.
Whatever knowledge you have that you need to save your people, the greatest knowledge of all is the knowledge of God, the knowledge of self, the knowledge of the term and what must be done, and the knowledge of the true religion of God. But is there any complementary knowledge that can be useful in helping us to help our people? Now, Brother Farrakhan found something. Now, I want you to listen to me good. Now, I found something in the Church of Scientology where they developed a technique and a technology that is called auditing.
White man knows he can't trust you. If your own people can't trust you, the white man knows he can't trust you. So your job is a temporary job. You come and sit in this audience and go and report back to the white man. We see you, nigga. We see you. You're wearing this cookie. Your Jerry curl got too much juice in it. We see you. As this nation gains freedom and independence, and as more and more of this revolutionary spirit rises up in the minds and hearts of the people, we will kill you for coming to betray the legitimate aspirations of our people. Oh yes, we will. It's the year of the bullet or the bullet. But some of you are not willing to pay a price. You want to come here for years. You just listen to great speeches. Go home and listen to great tapes. Then you don't step forward. But you cheer louder than anybody in the damn audience. You eat more bean pie on the outside. You buy more bean pie than anybody. You got all the tapes at home. You got a library of tapes. Dr. Ben said, Dr. Clark said, Dr. Akbar said, just a constipated Negro. Your brain is constipated. Your heart is backed up. Afraid to stand up. There are enemies among us, and we must find them and get rid of them. I'm just telling you what the people are telling me on the streets. The real radical ones. They say he should be dead. That's what they say. I ain't gonna do it. That's what they say. Exposing. He does interviews with him. He's a celebrity. An undercover agent. He's a goddamn celebrity. William O'Neill. The Panther Party, the agent responsible for the murder of Fred Hampton and Mark Clark, the agent that drew up the floor plan, told him where Fred Hampton's bed was. That's what angel they had to shoot in order to kill him while he was asleep. Still walking the streets because you just want to hear speakers. You just want to wear your African tikis and sandals and dashikis and boobas and crowns and gowns to the ground and your red, your black, and your green. But when it comes time to stand up and strike a blow for freedom and independence, you ain't nowhere to be found. Thurgood Marshall said that the Ku Klux Klan no longer wears white hoods and white robes. They now wear black robes as judges and blue uniforms as policemen. The mentality is pervasive. The mentality is everywhere that he's gonna put niggas in their place. He just does it with a smile.
and making sure to let us know you gotta go for self. You gotta do something for yourself. So, brothers and sisters, as I near my conclusion, I say to you that this is the year of the bullet or the bullet. No other people in history have gained their freedom and independence by marching to freedom, having a sit-in to freedom, a boycott, a vote. Everybody had to do some fighting, killing, breathing, and dying in order to be free. We're not gonna vote on it.
Now, right there, that brother said, hey, in order to be free. Now, everybody talking about Islam, Africa, woo-woo. I'm ending this with this right here from my man D. Calloway, man. This what we need to be fighting for. This is why I'm doing all this right here. It's going on an hour and some change on video on this live. This is why I'm doing this. This is my boy D. Calloway, and I'm ending it with this right here. This is, you know what I'm saying, Al Mush Rock Show, you know what I'm saying? Check it out. Check it out. It's my boy right here. This is my boy. And I just want y'all to know that, you know what I'm saying? That we got to know and understand that stuff is real, bro. Stuff ain't no game. It ain't no game.
With you guys concerning a lot of information dealing with this topic. It was a hot topic on my Facebook, so I decided to go ahead and create a video about it, and maybe you can give your comments down below and tell me what you think. But it was concerning the Cherokee freedmen. And what happened was on August 30th, a U.S. district judge by the name of Thomas Hogan, he ruled that the Cherokee freedmen can now officially join the Cherokee Nation, which is the second largest tribe in the United States. Now, this lawsuit dates back to the year of 2003, where descendants of the freedmen who were either enslaved by or made as indentured servants of the European and Mongoloid Cherokee Indians, they sued Cherokee Nation, which is a federally recognized tribe of the, quote, 5 civilized tribes. They sued them over civilization rights. Now, the Cherokee freedmen's argument is surrounding the Treaty of 1866, which was signed between the U.S. government and the Cherokee based in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. Now, the Treaty of 1866 clearly states that all the rights of Native Cherokees will be passed along to the tribe's descendants. And that is very important to note here, because they have a strong argument concerning that fact. Now, the federal government granted the descendants of the freedmen their legal right to tribal citizenship after the lawsuit. So that's good news. Now, under the ruling, the Cherokee freedmen gained all the rights the tribal citizens enjoy today. Okay. This also includes the right to run for office, vote in election, and receive benefits, which also includes tribal health care and housing. You know, a lot of them say they don't have this, but they do. Now, in a statement that I'm about to read here, the Cherokee Nation Attorney General, Todd Henry, I believe that's how you pronounce his name. His name is Todd Henry, and basically said the tribe doesn't plan to appeal the ruling. He stated, quote, "The Cherokee Nation respects the rule of law, and yesterday we began accepting and processing citizenship applications from freedmen descendants." And then he later on stated, while the U.S. District
Man, I love the holidays in a taco with fries. The weather is dusty and the coffee tastes extra funky.
Court ruled against the Cherokee Nation, I do not see it as a defeat. As the Attorney General, I see this as an opportunity to resolve the freedmen citizenship issue and allow the Cherokee Nation to move beyond this dispute. Now, it's alleged that the ruling directly affects more than 2,800 freedmen at this time. But an attorney for the group, which his name is John Valley, attorney for the group, meaning the Cherokee freedmen, he says there are many, or rather more than 25,000 who are now eligible for citizenship. So the judge, Thomas Hogan, wrote in his ruling, quote, "The Cherokee Nation can continue to define itself as it sees fit, but must do so equally and even-handedly with respect to Native Cherokees and the descendants of Cherokee freedmen." Now, the president of the Oklahoma City-based descendants of the freedmen of all of the 5 civilized tribes, her name is Marilyn Van. She basically was like, nobody wants to have their rights stripped away. Okay, so she stated, as a matter of fact, she was a plaintiff in this lawsuit, and she stated, quote, "I think the judge made it clear that the freedmen people have rights just like the rest of the citizens have rights. And we can't be removed at the whim of this chief or that chief." And she continued on to say, "Going forward, I am hoping that the tribe will come together and just be Cherokee people and not freedmen. And maybe we can become the most powerful tribe in the entire country." Now, as of today, there are less than 3,000 freedmen registered with the tribe. Van believes that the total number is closer to around 30,000 due for registering with the tribe. The Cherokees were among the several Native American tribes that owned slaves in the territories they originally inhabited in present-day Georgia, Alabama, South Carolina, North Carolina, just to name a few. And in 1838, the U.S. government forced them to relocate to present-day Oklahoma, and which I talked about already in my video called The Trail of Tears. You can actually go back and check it out. Put it in full detail to let you know, yes, we were involved in that as far as copper-colored people. And of course now, the tribal leaders had previously argued that they have the fundamental right to make the decision of who is a Cherokee, okay? They stated that descendants of the freedmen will have to prove they have Native ancestry to be allowed in. Now, a lot of you will probably say that that's difficult to do, but it's really not. They're just trying to make it seem as if it is because they don't, apparently some of them don't want you there. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, if they don't want us there, why do we want to go there? You know, I mean, I say it like this. Me personally, if I were you, I would find out who my family is, period. Because a lot of you were told by your grandmothers or your grandparents that you are, have some lineage to Indian. I mean, it never fails. It won't ever fail. But you guys need to check out your backgrounds of your family, do genealogy on your family. Yeah, and that's really not hard to do at all. It just takes some research. A lot of people will need to do their research on their family to find that out. And while I'm on that topic, it's a lot of people that are, relying on these DNA tests or these genealogy DNA tests, rather, not the paternity or the paternal, not the paternal DNA test, the genealogy test. You guys are relying on that, and here we go. I'm just going to state something here. Just put this out here to let you guys know. Those genealogy DNA tests are not welcomed inside of a courtroom at all. Like, they don't accept that paperwork.
Come on now.
Jennifer Braun.
Come on, do you hear that?
Judge advocate in the United States Army.
Do you hear that?
As official documentation of your ancestry. So why would you accept it outside of a courtroom? Okay? Why would you accept that outside of a courtroom? It won't work for you. It doesn't help anything. You just wasted $200.
Listen, it's a matrix, man. They bullshitting us. They know that we want to be from Africa. So they tell us, yo, you got this much African in you. Whoa, you're not Indian. They told Forrest, what's his name? Morgan Freeman. He took one of them tests. They said, no, you're not. You only got 75% of Zimbabwe. He looking all crazy. Oh, but my grandmother said I had Native American. They lying, bruh. Let's go.
I mean, that doesn't solve anything for you guys. What you really need to do is do your own genealogy research on your family's background. I mean, literally go document per document, go back, birth certificates, death certificates. You really need to get, a hold of your family's ancestry by documentation. It was documented. Now, For those of you that have already done that or beginning the process, I do have something that will assist you guys as far as direction is concerned. Go ahead and click the link below where I give the assistance for how to find your native tribe. I think it's down in the description below. That will assist you on directions, so you won't get stuck. Where can you look for this stuff? Because that's mainly what it is. People don't know where to look, or people don't know where to go. Okay, and it's not that difficult. It's not that difficult, especially when you get, maybe a few of your family members involved, or even if you just want to do it for yourself, just to have it. Many of you probably will want to do that and turn around and you are Cherokee. I mean, keep in mind, those numbers are pretty low. They're saying 30,000, but Cherokee was huge before it was called Cherokee. We're not going to go into a history lesson here, but yeah, a lot of you need to know that, and as well as a lot of the descendants of the freedmen are owed money. And I don't mean just from the Cherokee. I'm talking about as far as the freedmen banks are concerned. And one of my documentaries I put out called The Untold Truth About the Negro Wall Street, I shared with you information. I don't know why a lot of people didn't get that right away, but I want to mention this again. I shared information concerning the freedmen banks. A lot of you are descendants of people that went into the Civil War and fought. Okay, they were given money, and they also put up, their money that they made, whether they were working or not. They put that inside of the bank, and so did Frederick Douglass. He put up his own money, and that money is sitting there, and it's owed to the descendants by law. It's owed to the descendants sitting inside of these freedmen banks right now. Now, how do you track that? Well, I also have that inside of the documents that I'm telling you about when you trace your native tribe, because you want to know that. You want to know for a fact that, get it. If it's owed to you, get it. Get there. Don't sit there and say, and turn your nose up when you don't know. You got to do the research. That's the whole thing. Do the research and find out. It's owed to you. Now, I'm not sitting here and saying, we're going to get the 40 acres from you. I'm not going to say that, because we're owed way more than that. Okay? And there are a lot of tribes that established themselves and got way more than that. And I'm talking about outside of just the 5 civilized tribes. There are hundreds of federally recognized tribes right now that people are just not talking about. I guess because they're just not commonly known. I'm gonna do documentaries on all of them, so you can know what's going on here. But yeah, don't turn your nose up because of the fact that you have to do research. Don't turn your nose up. This is owed to you guys. And Cherokee was huge. Cherokee was.
Bing. Ended with that. We got to know how to get all the way to new. We just need the truth, bro. We just need the truth. And that's all, because other than that, excuse me, we're going to end up playing ourselves, and I'm tired of it. But, this is my time, man. Hope y'all enjoyed it. The Al Mushrock Show. Ain't nothing but truth. This series still going. I'm going to do a part 4. The truth is final. And that's going to be on Christianity. I'm done with the Nation of Islam, man. That was too much, man. Too much.